सब्सक्राइब करें हमारा यूट्यूब चैनल, बेल आइकन को क्लिक करना ना भूलें, जिससे आगे आने वाले सभी यूट्यूब अपडेट्स, वीडियोस, नोटिफिकेशंस आपको मिलते रहें।
Hello students, I Annapurna welcoming you all on YouTube platform of Parishkar College of Global Excellence Autonomous. Students, today I am here with model paper of CBSE 12th board examination in mathematics. Students, this model paper is equally useful for both CBSE and RBSE students who are preparing for 12th board examinations in mathematics, because the questions containing in this question paper are important. So without any delay, let's start the paper with some general instructions. First of all, we have this question paper contains 5 sections, section A, B, C, D and E. Section A has 18 MCQs and 2 accession reason based questions. As you can see on your screen that section A has 18 plus 2 MCQs and assertion reason based question of 1 mark each. That means section A contains total 20 marks. Again, section B has 5 very short answer type question of 2 mark each. That means section B has 5 very short answer type question of 2 marks each. That means 10 marks. We have third section, section A, section C. Section C contains 6 question of short answer type question of 3 marks each. That means section C contains total 18 marks. Section D has 4 long answer type question of 5 marks each. That means section D contains total 20 marks. Again we have section E. Section E contains 3 questions of source based, case based or passage based of 4 marks each. That means 4 multiplied by 3. Section E contains total 12 marks. That means number of questions in this question paper is 38 and number of our total marks are 80. So without any delay, let's start the question paper with question number 1. Students, first multiple choice question is, relation R is defined in set N as following. We have a relation R defined in set of natural number given by R is equals to A comma B. An order pair is given AB where the condition is given by A is equals to B minus 2 and B is greater than 6. Then which of the following is correct? Let's see student, there are 4 options. Option A has 2 comma 4. Here 2 represents the value of A and 4 represents the value of B. We have given that B must be greater than 6, but here we have B is equals to 4 which is less than 6. So we cancel out this question, this option. Again we have B is equals to 8 and A is equals to 6. Because A is equals to B minus 2, so 6 comma 8 is an option. There is a option 6 comma 8 in option C. So option C is correct, as you can see. Now let's come to the next question. If matrix A and B of the order m cross n and n cross p respectively, it means matrix A have order m cross n, that means number of row is m and number of column is n, and matrix B is of n cross p, that means number of row of matrix B is n and number of column is p. Then the order of AB. Students, we have a condition that if AB is the product of matrix A and B of order m cross n and n cross p, then the condition says that the number of columns in first matrix and the number of rows in second matrix will be equal. So this condition is satisfied. That means we can product the both matrix, and the remaining part, that is m and p, is the product of matrix AB. AB product of AB order is m cross p. So the right option is D option, m cross p. Let's come to the third question. Which of the following function is discontinuous function? Students, as you can see, the first function is sin x. Sin x is a continuous function between the limits -1 to 1. Okay. Next is y square. Students, you can see sin x is a continuous function. That means it is not discontinuous. So option A is wrong. Student, next option B is y equal to x square. It is the kind of form parabola. This is also a continuous function. So option B is not correct. Option D. Whenever the value of x is anything else, we can see that the value of 1 upon 1 plus x square is never tend to infinity. That means option D cannot be true, because 1 upon 1 plus x square is a continuous function in the domain of real numbers. Now the remaining option is 1 upon 1 minus 2x. Students, whenever we put the value of x as x equal to 1 by 2, you can see 1 upon 1 minus 2x is equals to 1 upon 1 minus 2 dot 1 upon 2. That means 1 minus 1, it contains infinity. That means on the value of x is equals to 1 by 2, this function shows discontinuity. It means this function is discontinuous function. The right option is option C. Let's come to the next option. Solution of integration sin 3x. Students, as you know, sin kx integration is minus cos of kx upon k plus any constant. That means where the value of k is 3. So the right option will be minus 1 upon 3 cos 3x plus c. Okay student, I hope you understand this question. Next question. The solution of integration x sin dx is. Students, you can see this is the product of two fractions, that is x into sin x. We will solve this integration by Euler formula. First function and second function. And the formula says that for first function as it is an integration of sin x, which is minus cos x. Minus of integration, differentiation of first function, that is differentiation of x is 1. And integration of second function, and the integration of sin x is minus of cos x. Calculate this. Minus of x cos x plus integration cos x plus dx plus any constant c. Minus of x cos x, and the integration of cos x is sin x plus constant c. Then the right option is option B. Area which is bounded by the curves y square equal to 4x. As you can watching on your screen that y square equal to 4x is a parabola, and y axis and the line y equal to 3. Three curves are given, parabola, y axis and a line y equal to 3. Then the bounded region is this. As you can see, this is the parabola, this is y axis and this is the line y equal to 3. And the area of AOB is given by, area of AOB is integration x dy. Now the value of y in the limit of integration will be, as you can see that the limit is y equal to 0 to y equal to 3. Then the limit of this integration will be y equal to 0 to 3 x dy. And the value of x, you can see y square equal to 4x, that implies x equal to y square upon 4. We will put the value of x in this integration, y square equal to 4. Now we will integrate this. 1 upon 4 is a constant, we will remain this 1 upon 4 outside the bracket. Then integrate y square with respect to y. And the integration of y square is equals to y cube upon 3. Between the limit 0 to 3, we calculate it as 9 upon 4. The right option is 9 upon 4, which is in option number B. The correct option is option number B. Let's come to the next question. The value of I cap dot I minus j cap dot j plus k cap dot k cap Here 4 vectors are given. Vector 1, vector 2, vector 3 and vector 4. We will product 4 vectors I cap. We can write I cap as I cap plus 0 j cap plus 0 k cap. Here we have I minus j cap, and we can write I minus j cap as I minus j cap plus 0 k cap. Again we have j plus k cap. We can write j plus k cap as 0 I cap plus j cap plus k cap, and again we have k cap only. Then 0 I cap, 0 j cap and k cap. The product of these two vectors I cap dot I cap is equals to 1. 0 j dot minus j, which is 0. 0 k dot 0 k, which is 0. That means the product of these two products is 1. Again, next two vectors, 0 I cap dot 0 I cap is 0. J cap dot 0 j cap is again 0. And k cap dot k cap is 1. It means the product of these two vectors is 1. And you know 1 dot 1 is equals to 1. That means the right option is option B, 1. Let's come to the next question. The angle between A cross B and B cross A. Students, as you know, the value of A cross B and B cross A cross B is equals to minus of B cross A. These two vectors are opposite. As you can see, if this line denotes vector A, this line denotes vector B, that means the A cross B denotes this. And the minus of A cross B denotes this line. And the angle between A cross B and this line and A cross B cross A means this line. And the angle between these two lines is 180. That means the right option is option D. The angle between A cross B and B cross A is 180. Very simple question. Next, the distance of point alpha, beta and gamma from y-axis. You can see, students, the distance of point alpha, beta and gamma. First of all, we'll draw axis. This is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Put the point P as coordinates alpha, beta and gamma. And we have to find out the value of distance of PM, because the distance of P from y-axis is PM. You know the formula, PM distance under the root alpha minus 0, x coordinate minus x coordinate, alpha minus 0 square plus y coordinate of P minus y coordinate of M, beta minus beta square plus z coordinate of P minus z coordinate of M, gamma minus 0 square. You can see that PM is equals to under the root alpha square plus gamma square. That means the right option is D option, under the root alpha square plus gamma square. Next question is, if probability of A is equals to 0.8, probability of B is equals to 0.5 and probability of B by A is 0.4, then what is the probability of A by B? Students, you can see the given values are probability of A and probability of B, and probability of B by A is given 0.4. We have to calculate the value of probability of A by B. As you know the formula, probability of A by B is given by probability of A intersection B upon probability of B. Again, the formula for probability of B by A is probability of A intersection B upon probability of A. Again, we have probability of B by A as 0.4. Put the value of probability of B by A is 0.4 here. Then the probability of A intersection B upon the probability of A, that means 0.8. We can calculate from this equation probability of A intersection B by cross multiply. You can see the probability of A intersection B is 0.4 into 0.8, that means 0.32. We have the probability of A intersection B. And we have to calculate the value of probability of A by B. Put the value of probability of A intersection B in this equation. A by B is equals to the value of probability of A intersection B is 0.32 and the value of probability of B is 0.5. That means 32 upon 50. It remains 0.64. That means the right option is option B, 0.64. Let's come to the next question. A and B be two events such that probability of A by B is equal to probability of B by A and is not equal to 0. That means both the probability of A by B and probability of B by A is equal but not equal to 0. Then which of the following is correct? We have to find out that which option is correct. Students, you can see probability of A by B is probability of A intersection B upon B. We'll give this equation as equation number 1. Probability of B by A is equals to probability of A intersection B upon probability of A. We'll give this equation as equation number 2. Given that the probability A by B is equals to probability of B by A. As you can see in equation number 1 and 2, LHS of both the equation of 1 and 2 are equal. That means automatically the RHS will be equal of both the equations. Probability of A intersection B upon B, probability of B, is equals to probability of A intersection B upon probability of A. We can cancel out this. The remaining term will probability of A is equals to probability of B, which is in the option number D. That means the correct option is option number D. I hope you understand this question. Okay, students. Question number 12. If probability of E is given by 0.35 and probability of E union F is given by 0.6 and E, F are independent events, then what is the probability of F? That means we have to find out the probability of F. Let's start. Given that probability of E is 0.35, probability of E union F is 0.6. Now we have the formula that probability of both the events, that means probability of E union F is equals to probability of first event plus probability of second event and minus of intersection of both the events, that means probability of E intersection F. Again we'll put the value of E union F, that means 0.6. Again we'll put the value of probability of E, that means 0.35. Probability of F we have to find out, and probability of E intersection F will be 0. Why 0? Because E and F are independent events, and whenever the events are independent, that means the value of first event is not depend on second event. So nothing is common in both the events, that means the value of intersection of both the events will be 0. So after calculating this, 0.6 minus 0.35 is equals to probability of F. After calculating, we will get probability of F is equals to 0.25, and 0.25 can be written as 1 upon 4. That means 1 upon 4 is the probability of event F. So option first, that is 1 upon 4, is the correct option. Come to the next question. If f dash x is given x plus 1 upon x, then what is the value of fx? Let's see, student. X square upon 2 plus log mod x plus c. How we calculated it? Okay, let's see. If f dash equal to x plus 1 upon x, then fx is. ये हमें दिया हुआ था, हमें find out करना है कि what is the value of fx. Integrating both sides with respect to x, integration f dash x dx is equals to integration x plus 1 upon dx. Integration of f dash x with respect to x is given by fx. Integration of x is given by x square by 2. Integration of 1 upon x is given by log mod x. That means x square by 2 plus log mod x. Option number B is correct. Next question is, find the intervals in which the function f given by fx equal to x square minus 4x plus 6 is strictly increasing. Students, there are 4 options of intervals. We have to find out the interval in which this function is strictly increasing function. Option number B, 2, infinity. How we calculated it? Let's see. Given that fx is x square minus 4x plus 6, if we differentiate this function with respect to x, ठीक है, f dash x is equals to differentiation of x square is 2x, differentiation of minus 4x is minus 4, differentiation of 6 is 0. Now f dash x equal to 0. If we put f dash x equal to 0, then we have 2x minus 4 equal to 0. After calculating, we can see the value of x is 2. It is the critical point. Critical point. Now we'll draw a line. In middle of the line, we'll put the critical point, that is 2. Left side is denoted by x is less than 2, 2 minus infinity. And the right side is denoted by x is greater than 2, 2 plus infinity. Now you can see the value of x, where the value of x is less than 2. Interval contains minus infinity to 2, minus infinity to 2. Now we can check the value of sign of f dash x in this interval. We can see that the f dash x is 2x minus 4. If we put the value of x is less than 2 in this equation, we can see the sign of f dash x is negative. And if the sign of f dash x is negative, that means in this interval, function of fx is strictly decreasing. If we can see the value of x is greater than 2, intervals is x belongs to 2 comma infinity, and the sign of f dash x in the x is greater than 2 to infinity, we see the value of f dash x is positive. Here, when f dash x is positive in this interval, that means fx is strictly increasing in this interval. That means 2 comma infinity is the correct answer. Let's come to the next question. A relation R in set A 1, 2, 3. This is a relation in set A 1, 2, 3 defined by 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4 and 3, 3. Which of the following ordered pair in R shall be removed to make it an equivalence relation in A? Which of the following shall be removed? There are 4 options. We have to remove one option. That means A, B, C or D. We have 4 options. One option will be removed. After that, the relation become equivalence relation. Students, we have a property for equivalence relation. 3 property will be satisfied for having a equivalence relation, which is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Reflexive, symmetric and transitive. These 3 properties will be satisfied by equivalence relation. We have A equal to 1, 2, 3 and the relation R is given by 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2 and 3, 3. Reflexivity says 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3 must be have in relation R. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3. We see 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3 have in relation R. So the reflexivity satisfied. Okay. Next we'll see the symmetric property. Symmetric properties 1, 2. If 1, 2 belongs to the relation R, that implies 2, 1 should be belongs to R. You can see 1, 2 belongs to R, but 2, 1 does not belongs to R. It means symmetric property is not satisfied in this relation. Next we'll see the transitive property. A, B belongs to R and B, C belongs to R. That means A, C must be belong to R. Here we can see transitive property also satisfied in this relation R, but symmetric property is not satisfied due to the element 1, 2. That means if we remove this element 1, 2 from this relation R, the relation becomes a equivalence relation. So option number C, that means 1, 2 should be removed for making this relation as equivalence relation. Let's see student, next question. The value of integration minus 2 to 2 x cube plus 1 dx. Very simple question. You can see integration of x cube is x raised to 4 upon 4 because there is a formula for x raised to n dx. Integration x raised to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus some constant. Clear? And the integration of 1 is x between the limit minus 2 to 2. After calculating this, put the value of upper limit in this integration, 2 raised to the power 4 upon 4 plus 2 minus putting the lower limit in this fraction, x raised to the power 4, that is minus 2 raised to the power 4 upon 4 plus minus 2. Calculating, we have the value is 4 of this integration, and 4 is in the option number C. That means option C is the correct answer for this 16th question. Let's come to the next question. The general solution of differential equation of dy by dx is equals to e raised to the x plus y. You can see, given that dy by dx equal to e raised to x plus y, dy by dx can be written as e raised to x dot e raised to y. Because there is e raised to x plus y, we can put this into e raised to x dot e raised to y. Now, separation of variables is applied, dy upon e raised to y and dx dot ex. After integrating this, minus of e raised to minus y plus some constant is equals to integration of ex is e raised to power x. After simplifying this, we have e raised to the power x plus e raised to the power minus y plus some constant c. And this is in option number A. E raised to the power x plus e raised to the power minus y plus c. That means the option A is the correct option for this question number 17. Let's come to the next question. If f be the greatest integer function defined as fx equal to greatest integer function x and g be the modulus function defined as gx equal to modulus x, then the value of g composition f of minus 5 upon 4 is, we have to calculate the value of GOF minus 5 upon 4. Given fx is greatest integer function x, gx is modulus x and GOF of minus 5 upon 4. That means we have to calculate g of f of minus 5 upon 4. First of all, we will calculate f of minus 5 upon 4. F of minus 5 upon 4. As you know, student, fx is given by this greatest integer function, that is greatest integer function minus 5 upon 4, and minus 5 upon 4 can be written as minus 1.25. As you know, student, minus 1.25 in the greatest integer function can be written as minus 2. Okay, students. Now, g composition f of minus 5 upon 4 is equals to g of the function at minus 5 upon 4, and the value of this function at minus 5 upon 4 is minus 2. That means we have to calculate g of minus 2, and function g is given by modulus function. So g of minus 2 is modulus of minus 2, and we know the value of modulus of minus 2 is given by 2. So right option is option number C, which is 2. Let's come to the next question, question number 19. Student, question number 19 and 20 are accession reason based question. In the following questions, a statement of accession A is followed by a statement of reason R. Choose the correct answer out of the following choices. In question 19 and 20, options will be same as A, B, C and D. Then options are both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Option C says that A is true, but R is false. Option D says that A is false, but R is true. Remember, student, 4 options are A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. A is true, but R is not true, and R is true, but A is not true. Okay student, let's come to the next question, that is question 19. See, if tangent to the curve y square plus 3x minus 7 is equal to 0 at the point h comma k is parallel to the line x minus y equal to 4, then the value of k is, assertion says that the value of k is minus 3 upon 2, and the reason R says the given curve has a slope at point h comma k is minus 3 upon 2k, and the value of m equal to 1, that is the value of slope is equal to 1 of the line x minus y equal to 4. This is assertion and this is region. Let's see the student. We have given the equation y square plus 3x minus 7 equal to 0. To find the tangent to the given curve, we have to find the slope of the given curve. And what is the slope of the given curve? We will find the value of dy by dx. For finding the value of dy by dx, we should differentiate this equation with respect to x. Differentiation of y square is 2y and differentiation of y is dy by dx. Plus differentiation of 3x is 3 and the differentiation of minus 7 is 0 is equals to 0. Now we'll calculate the value of 2y by dx. 2y dy by dx is equals to minus 3. Then the value of dy by dx is equals to minus 3 upon 2y. At hk, the value of dy by dx equal to minus 3 upon 2k, because the value of dy by dx is equals to minus 3 upon 2y. We'll put the y coordinate from here, k. Clear? Again, slope of the line x minus y equal to 4. We'll reduce this equation into y equal to x minus 4. And the comparing this line to y equal to mx plus c, y equal to x minus 4 and the line y equal to mx plus c. Now comparing these two lines, we have the value of m is equals to 1. M is 1. That means the slope of the line x minus y equal to 4 is 1. That means dy by dx is equal to 1. Now both the slope of the curve and the line will be equal due to parallel slope. That means equation 1 is equals to equation number 2. Let's see, minus 3 upon 2k, which is the slope of the given curve, is equals to 1, which is the slope of the given line, and both the slopes will be equal because the line was parallel to the tangent to the curve. Here we calculate the value of k is equals to minus 3 upon 2. See students, the value of k is equals to minus 3 upon 2. Then option A is correct. What was the option A? Option A is assertion A and reason R, both are correct, and R is the full explanation or right explanation of the assertion A. Let's see. Both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Here we are given that the value of k is minus 3 by 2. Remember, we calculated now. The value of k is minus 3 by 2, which is right. And the given curve has a slope at point h comma k is minus 3 upon 2k, which is also right. And the value of m equal to 1, that is dy by dx is equals to 1 of the line x minus y equal to 4. That means the region R is also correct. So reason and assertion both are correct, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. So option A is the correct option to the question. Now let's come to the next question number 20. The vector of magnitude 5 units in the direction opposite to the vector 2i cap, 3j cap, minus 6k cap is. Given assertion is the required vector is 5 upon 7 minus 2i cap minus 3j cap plus 6k cap, and reason given is the magnitude of vector A vector is 7 and the unit vector opposite to the direction of A vector is minus of vector A upon magnitude of vector A. come to the solution. Given that this is the vector A vector, 2i cap plus 3j cap minus 6k is A vector. We assume this. Now magnitude of vector A will be under the root 2 square plus 3 square plus minus of 6 square. After calculating this, we find the magnitude of A is 7. Clear, student? Remember this. The magnitude A is 7. Unit vector opposite to the direction of A vector is equals to, this is the formula for unit vector, opposite to the direction of A vector is equals to minus of A vector upon magnitude of A vector. And we have asked that the vector with magnitude 5 opposite to the A vector is minus 5 upon 7, because the magnitude of A vector we calculated 7. Okay, student? So minus 5 upon 7 and vector A, which is 2i cap minus plus 3j cap minus 6k cap. After multiplying by this minus to this vector is 5 upon 7 minus 2i cap minus 3j cap plus 6k cap. Hence, the required vector is 5 upon 7 minus 2i cap minus 3j cap plus 6k cap. That means the option A is correct. Which is the option A? You have already seen, students, that option A is assertion and reason both are correct, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion A. We see that the required vector is 5 upon 7 minus 2i cap minus 3j cap plus 6k cap. We have calculated this. This vector is correct, and the reason given that the magnitude of vector A cap is 7 and unit vector opposite to the direction of A vector is minus of A vector upon magnitude of A vector. That means this reason is also correct. We have calculated the magnitude of vector A is 7, and this is the formula of unit vector opposite to the direction of A vector is this. So reason is also correct. It means both the assertion and reason are correct, and the reason is the correct explanation of the given assertion. That means option A will be correct. Okay, student. Now let's come to the next question. Section B. This section comprises of very short answer type question of 2 marks each. Let's come to the first question of section B, that is question number 21. Find the value of sine inverse sine 13 pi by 7. Let's see the solution. We can written this part as sine inverse sine 13 pi by 7 is as sine inverse sine 2 pi minus pi by 7, because 13 pi by 7 can be written as 2 pi minus pi by 7. Student, what is the value of sine 2 pi minus pi by 7? Let's understand. Students, as you know, there are 4 quadrants, quadrant first, second, third and 4. And in 4 quadrants, the trigonometric signs are changes. So, first quadrant represents all. That means all trigonometric signs are positive. Again, second sign and the inverse of sine, that means cosec. Sine and cosec are positive and the other trigonometric signs are negative in second quadrant. Again, we have third quadrant. In third quadrant, tan and the inverse of tan, that means cot. Tan and cot are positive and other trigonometric signs will be negative. In fourth quadrant, C represents the cos and the inverse of cos, that means sec. In fourth quadrant, cos and sec are positive and other trigonometric signs are negative. Now we will calculate the angle. This line denotes 0. Again, this angle is pi and this angle is 2 pi. We have 2 pi minus theta. That means 2 pi minus means fourth quadrant. We have in fourth quadrant, cos and sec is positive, other trigonometric signs will be negative. As you can see, sine 2 pi minus pi by 7 is minus of pi by 7, because in fourth quadrant, cos and sec only positive, other trigonometric signs are negative. So we have negative sign in this. Is equals to minus of pi by 7, because sine 2 pi minus theta can be written as minus of sine theta. So this is the answer of this question. 21. Question number 22. Come student, if A is a square matrix of order 3 such that A square is equals to 2A, then find the value of determinant A. Let's see the solution. Given A is a square matrix. A is a square matrix. What is square matrix? That means both number of rows and columns are equal, such that A square is equals to 2A. This is also given to us. And what is the value of determinant? We have to calculate this. Now students, you can see after taking determinant both side of this equation, we have A square as A dot A, determinant A dot A is equals to determinant 2 dot A. Again student, we can see that A dot A can be represented at determinant A, determinant B. That means A dot A can be written as determinant A, determinant A. Again we have determinant of Ka is equals to K to the power n determinant A. And here the value of K is 2. That means 2 to the power 3. What is 3? 3 is the order. Okay. After calculating this, taking common term as determinant A, the remaining term will be determinant A minus 8 equal to 0. Here, whether mod A determinant A equal to 0 or determinant A minus 8 will be 0. So, determinant A is equals to 8. This is the right answer for this question. Let's come to the next question. If y equal to under the root y minus x square plus x under the root 1 minus y square equal to 1, then prove that the value of dy by dx is given by minus of under the root 1 minus y square upon 1 minus x square. Let's see the solution student. Given y under the root 1 minus x square plus x under the root 1 minus y square equal to 1. Taking sine inverse on both sides of this equation, we have sine inverse y under the root 1 minus x square plus x under the root 1 minus y square is equals to sine inverse 1. Take this equation as equation number 1. Next, now we know that we have a formula of sine inverse x plus sine inverse y. What is the formula? Sine inverse y under the root 1 minus x square plus x under the root 1 minus y square is equals to sine inverse x plus sine inverse y. Equation number 2. Students, as you know, the LHS of both the equations are same. Sine inverse y under the root 1 minus x square plus x under the root 1 minus y square. And as it is same, LHS is having equation number 2. So both the RHS part will be equal, equation 1 and 2. Let's see, comparing equation 1 and 2, we have sine inverse x plus sine inverse y, which is the RHS of equation number 2. And the RHS of equation number 1 is sine inverse 1. And the value of sine inverse 1 is equals to pi by 2. Then the value of sine inverse x plus sine inverse y is equals to pi by 2. We have to calculate dy by dx. So, for value of dy by dx, we should differentiate this equation with respect to x. Differentiation of sine inverse x is under the root 1 upon under the root 1 minus x square, and the differentiation of sine inverse y with respect to x is 1 upon under the root 1 minus y square, and the differentiation of y is dy by dx is equals to 0. Here we got dy by dx is equals to under the root 1 minus y square upon 1 minus x square in negative sign, which is the required solution, hence proved. Let's come to the next question. Evaluate integration 0 to 1 x 1 minus x to the power n. Let student, this integration can be written as this. I integration 0 to 1 x can be written as 0 plus 1 minus x, because we have a property of definite integration that a to b fx dx can be written as a to b a plus b minus x dx. Here a equal to 0 and b equal to 1. So we'll put the value of a and b minus x, that is 0 plus 1 minus x. Here we'll put the value of x as 0 plus 1 minus x, that means 1 minus, we'll put the value of x as 0 plus 1 minus x to the power n. After calculating this, we have 1 minus x as it is, and 1 minus 1 cancel out, and plus x to the power n. This. After multiplying this x raised to the n with 1 minus x, we have x to the power n minus x to the power n plus 1 dx. Now it's very simple integration. X to the power n integration, x to the power n is, so x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, and what is the integration of x to the power n plus 1 is x to the power n plus 2 upon n plus 2. After putting the lower and upper limit, we have 1 upon n plus 1 minus 1 upon n plus 2 minus 0. Taking LCM, we have n plus 1 into n plus 2, and the numerator of this fraction is n plus 2 minus n plus 1. After cancel out this, we have 1 upon n plus 1 into n plus 2, which is the right solution of the equation number 24. Now next, question number 25. Solve the following differential equation. dy by dx is equal to x cube cosec y. Given that y0 equal to 0. We have an initial condition y0 equal to 0. It means whenever the value of x equal to 0, the value of y will be 0. See the solution. We have dy by dx equal to x cube cosec y, and the initial condition y0 equal to 0. After separation of variables, we can see dy upon cosec y is equals to x cube dx, and integrating with respect to y and x in both the sides. We have 1 upon cosec y is sin x, sin y dy, and x cube dx. Integration of sin y is equals to minus cos y, and integration of x cube is x raised to power 4 upon 4 plus some constant. Now we have the initial condition. Whenever the value of x equal to 0, we have the value of y equal to 0. Put this condition into equation number 1. Cos 0, which is minus 1, plus 0 plus c, that is c. Now we have the value of c is equals to minus 1. That means 1 implies minus of cos y, or in RHS, cos y is equals to 1 minus x raised to the power 4 plus 4, which is the minus x raised to the power 4 plus 4, which is the right solution to the given question. Now we have section C. Students, as you know, this section comprises of short answer type questions of 3 marks each. Let's come to the question 26. Evaluate integration 1 to 3 modulus of x square minus 2x dx. Let's see the solution. Let this integration is I 1 to 3 modulus of x square minus 2x dx. Now student will break this integration limit 1 to 3 between 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. X square minus 2x mod of x square minus 2x is minus of x square minus 2x whenever the value of x is between 1 to 2, and it takes value as x square minus 2x whenever the value of x is greater than 2 and less than 3. Now break the limit of this integration in 2 parts. I is equals to integration 1 to 2, this modulus, plus integration 2 to 3, that is 2 to 3 modulus x square minus 2x dx. Now I have the value that 1 to 2 integration have the value in negative sign, and between the limits 2 to 3 this modulus have the value in positive sign. So put the value integration 1 to 2 minus of x square minus 2x and integration 2 to 3 x square minus 2x dx. We'll integrate this minus sign as it is. X square, integration of x square will be x cube upon 3, and integration of minus 2x will be minus of x square between the limit 1 and 2. Again, we'll integrate this factor also. Integration of x square is x cube upon 3, and integration of minus of 2x is minus of x square between the limit 2 to 3. After putting both upper and lower limit in this fraction, we have the value of I as 6 upon 3, which is equal to 2. That means this integration is a solution 2. Now let's come to the next question. If y is equals to e raised to the power x sin square x plus sin x to the power x, then what is the value of dy by dx? Let's see, student. First of all, we'll let the first function as u and the second function as v. Let u equal to e raised to the power x sin square x and v is equals to sin x to the power x. So that the value of this equation is converted into y equal to u plus v. Again we have, if we differentiate this equation with respect to x, dy by dx is equals to du by dx plus dv by dx. Put this equation as equation number first. Now, given that u is equals to e raised to the power x sin square x, differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get du over dx is equals to e raised to the power x sin square x as it is. Now differentiation of x sin square x. We'll put this first into second function. First function x as it is, and the differentiation of sin square x is 2 sin x, and the differentiation of sin x is cos x. Now we'll get 2 sin x and cos x. This is the formula of sin 2x. As you know, student, sin 2x is equals to 2 sin x cos x. So here we have x dot sin 2x. Again, second function, that is sin square x as it is, and the differentiation of x is 1. Okay, student? We'll put this du by dx as equation number 2. Also, given that v is equals to sin x to the power x, taking log both sides, log v is equals to x log sin x. Now differentiating both sides with respect to x, we have the differentiation of log v is equals to 1 upon v, and the differentiation of v with respect to x is dv by dx. Now again, this is two functions, multiply of two functions. That means we put this as first and second function. First function, that is x as it is, and the differentiation of second function log sin x is cot x, plus second function, that is log sin x as it is, and the differentiation of x is 1. Now dv by dx is equals to sin x to the power x, x cot x plus log sin x. We'll put this equation as equation number 3. We have, substituting the value of equation 2 and equation 3 in equation 1, we get dy by dx equal to this, because we have already written that dy by dx is du by dx plus dv by dx. Now this is the value of du by dx. We have already found out this. And this is the value of dv by dx, which is also written in previous slide. Okay, students. So that was the solution, dy by dx equal to this. I hope you understand this question. Now let's come to the next question. Solve the differential equation y dx plus x minus y square dy equal to 0. Student, first of all, we will reduce this differential equation to the form of linear differential equation. What is the linear differential equation? This type of equation is known as linear differential equation. Dx by dy plus px is equals to q. Here p is the coefficient of x and q is the RHS term. This equation y dx plus x minus y square dy equal to 0 can be written as dx by dy plus x upon y is equals to y. Now compare these two equations. We have p, the coefficient of x. That means the coefficient of x is 1 upon y. That means the value of p is 1 upon y. And RHS is the q. That means the value of q is equals to y. Students, we have the solution of linear differential equation in the terms of integrating factor. Let's see. IF. The formula of integrating factor is equals to e raised to the power integration p dy. What is the value of p? 1 upon y. We put this value of p in this equation, e raised to the power integration 1 upon y dy. Now integrate 1 upon y with respect to y. What is the integration of 1 upon y with respect to y? Log y. And here base of log is e. Now we can calculate is as y. That means the value of IF is calculated by YF. The general solution of the linear differential equation is given by x dot IF is equals to integration q dot IF dy. Put the value of IF, x as it is. The value of IF is y. Integration, the value of q is y and the value of IF is also y. That means y square dy. Now integration of y square with respect to y is given by y cube upon 3, which is the general solution of the given differential equation xy is equals to y cube upon 3 plus c. I hope you will understand this question and answer. Let's come to the next question, students. Find integration x square plus 1 upon x square plus 2 into x square plus 3 dx. First of all, we'll put x square equal to y to make a partial fraction. Students, here the given fraction is x square plus 1 upon x square plus 2 dot x square plus 3. Now put the value of x square equal to y. That means y plus 1. X square means y. Y plus 2. Again x square means y plus 3. Now this is the fraction. Students, as you know, this fraction can be written as a upon y plus 2 plus b upon y plus 3. Put this equation as equation number a. Now we have y plus 1. After taking LCM on both sides, we will cancel out the denominator part of equation number a and the remaining term will be y plus 1 into a into y plus 3, that is a into y plus 3, and b into y plus 2. Clear, students? So on comparing both sides of this and this, coefficient of y is equals to 1. Here plus 1 is equals to coefficient of y is a, here coefficient of y is b. We'll put this together, a plus b dot y, and the coefficient, that means the constant term is 3a and here the constant term is 2b. Put this together, 3a plus 2b. Now compare both sides of coefficients. Comparing coefficient of y and constant term on both sides of equation 1, we get a plus b is equals to 1 and 3a plus 2b equal to 1. 3a as it is, 2 as it is. Now the value of b can be written from the equation this, b equal to 1 minus a. We put this value of b, 1 minus a, and 3a minus 2a is equals to a, and 2 minus 2 plus 1, which is minus 1. We get the value of a as minus 1, and after putting the value of a in this equation, we get the value of 2 is as b. So now a implies integration x square plus 1 upon x square plus 2 into x square plus 3 dx can be written as a upon x square plus 2 and the value of a is minus 1 plus b upon x square plus 3. The value of b is 2. Now integrate both sides. We have 1 upon root 2 tan inverse x upon root 2 negative sign में, and 2 upon root 3 tan inverse x upon root 3 plus constant, because we have the formula of integration of x 1 upon x square plus a square is equals to 1 upon a tan inverse x upon a plus some constant. So here x square plus a square, that means root 2 square of root 2, and here a square means square of root 3. Okay, student? So this is the solution to the given question. Now next question is, 3 friends go for coffee. Students, understand this question sincerely. 3 friends go to the coffee. They decide who will pay the bill. by each tossing a coin and then letting the odd person pay. Okay student, what do you understand by this? 3 दोस्त हैं जो कॉफी पर गए हैं, उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि बिल पे कौन करेगा. उसके लिए उन्होंने एक कॉइन को टॉस किया है और दे डिसाइडेड द ओड पर्सन विल पे. There is no odd person if all 3 tosses produce the same result. If in 3 cases 3 friends went to the coffee and in 3 times we have the same result, if we have the same result, that means the process will be repeat. If there is no odd person in the first round, they make a second round of tosses. They continue to do so until there is an odd person. अगर तीनों फ्रेंड्स ने टॉस किया और तीनों ही बार सेम रिजल्ट आ गया, तो एक बार एक फ्रेंड ने किया, दूसरी बार दूसरे फ्रेंड ने टॉस किया, तीसरी बार तीसरे फ्रेंड ने टॉस किया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर फर्स्ट फ्रेंड ने टॉस किया और उसको हेड आया, सेकंड फ्रेंड ने टॉस किया उसको भी हेड आ गया, थर्ड फ्रेंड ने टॉस किया उसको भी हेड आ गया, तो ये तीनों का रिपीट हो गया. इसका मतलब वो रिपीट करेंगे इस बार वापस. ये तब तक करते रहेंगे जब तक कोई एक और पर्सन नहीं मिल जाता है. ठीक है. व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट exactly 3 rounds of tosses are made? Students, here we can see 3 rounds can make. That means 2 rounds will be same. फर्स्ट राउंड में भी यही हुआ कि सबको टॉस आया है, तीनों को टॉस करने पर तीनों को हेड आया या टेल आया. सेकंड राउंड में भी यही हुआ कि टॉस करने पर तीनों ही फ्रेंड्स को या तो हेड आया है या फिर टेल आया है. और थर्ड राउंड में उनमें एक ओड मिला है, मींस कम से कम अगर एक फ्रेंड को हेड आया है तो 2 फ्रेंड्स को टेल आया होगा. ठीक है. सो 3 राउंड इस प्रकार से बन सकते हैं. लेट्स सी द सॉल्यूशन. प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ नॉट ऑब्टेनिंग एन ओड पर्सन इन सिंगल राउंड. ये कब होगा? अगर एक राउंड में एक भी ओड पर्सन नहीं मिल रहा है. इसका मतलब एक राउंड में तीनों ही फ्रेंड्स के टॉस करने पर सेम रिजल्ट आया है, या तो तीनों के हेड आया है या तीनों के टेल आया है. That means the probability of all 3 of them throw tails or all 3 of them throw heads. Students, coin में एक तरफ head होता है, एक तरफ tail होता है, और head आने की probability भी 1/2 होती है and tail आने की probability भी 1/2 होती है. 3 फ्रेंड्स ने टॉस किया है, तो फर्स्ट फ्रेंड ने टॉस किया तो उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी हेड आई है. सपोज दैट हेड आई है या तो टेल आई होगी. अगर उसके हेड आई है तो 1/2 प्रोबेबिलिटी हो गई. सेकंड के भी हेड आया है तो 1/2 प्रोबेबिलिटी हो गई. थर्ड के भी हेड आया है तो 1/2 प्रोबेबिलिटी हो गई. अब ये भी तो हो सकता है कि तीनों के ही टेल्स आए हों, तो हमने क्या किया, 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया. इसको अगर हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो वैल्यू मिलेगी 1/4. Now the probability of obtaining an odd person in single round. Odd person single round में कब मिलेगा? When 1 minus probability of not obtaining an odd person in single round. अगर हम टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी 1 है, 1 में से नॉट ऑब्टेनिंग एन ऑड पर्सन को अगर सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देंगे तो ऑब्टेनिंग ऑड पर्सन हमारे पास मिल जाएगा. तो 1 minus 1/4, that is 3/4. Probability of obtaining an odd person in single round is 3/4 and probability of not obtaining an odd person in a single round is 1/4. The required probability is the probability of in first round there is no odd person. 3 rounds होने चाहिए थे, तो फर्स्ट राउंड में कोई odd person नहीं मिला. And in second round there is no odd person. सेकेंड राउंड में भी कोई ऑड पर्सन नहीं मिला. एंड इन थर्ड राउंड देयर इज एन ऑड पर्सन. थर्ड राउंड में जाकर के उनको एक ऑड पर्सन मिला है, यानी कि 2 के अगर हेड आया तो 1 के टेल आया होगा, 2 के यदि टेल आया है तो 1 के हेड आया होगा. तो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ इन 2 केसेस में आपके पास जो प्रोबेबिलिटी है 1/4 और 1/4 ही रहेगी नॉट ऑब्टेनिंग की. और थर्ड राउंड में क्योंकि एक ऑड पर्सन मिल गया है, इसका मतलब उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी से हम मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, दैट इज 3/4. आफ्टर मल्टीप्लाइंग दिस 4 into 4 into 4 we get 64, that means 3/64, which is the right solution to the question number 30. Now next question is, if a dice is tossed twice, एक डाइस है जिसको 2 बार टॉस किया गया है, then what will be the probability of getting the sum of the numbers shown to be 7? Suppose that एक डाइस है, उसे 2 बार आपने टॉस किया है. फर्स्ट टाइम जब आपने टॉस किया तो उसमें आपके पास में 6 पोजिशंस हो सकते हैं, 1 2 3 4 and 5 and 6. ठीक है. सेकेंड टाइम आपने किया तब भी आपके पास 6 ही पॉसिबिलिटीज होंगी. दैट मीन्स टोटल पॉसिबिलिटीज जो हैं वो आपके पास, टोटल नंबर ऑफ पॉसिबल आउटकम्स इक्वल टू 6 into 6, दैट मीन्स 36. पॉसिबल आउटकम्स कितने हो गए? 36. नाउ फेवरेबल आउटकम्स कौन से होंगे? अगर हमने एक बार टॉस किया डाइस को तो मान लिया एक नंबर आया, दूसरी बार टॉस किया तो दूसरा नंबर आया, उन दोनों नंबर्स का जो एडिशन होगा वो आना चाहिए 7. यही कह रहा है ना क्वेश्चन में, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग द सम ऑफ द नंबर शोन टू बी 7. ओके, सो फेवरेबल आउटकम्स कौन कौन से हो सकते हैं? देखिए, फर्स्ट टाइम अगर आपने टॉस किया तो 1 आया, सेकेंड टाइम आपने डाइस रोल किया तो 6 आया, 1 + 6 7 हो सकता है. फर्स्ट टाइम डाइस को आपने रोल किया तो आपके पास 2 आया, सेकेंड टाइम किया तो 5 आया, 5 + 2 7, ये भी हो सकता है. 3, 4, 4, 3, 5, 2 and 6, 1. These are the favorable outcomes. कितने हो गए? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That means number of favorable outcomes is equal to 6. Clear, student? Now the probability of A is equals to favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. That means 6/36, which is equal to 1/6. So the probability of getting sum as 7 when 2 dice are thrown is 1/6. Clear, students? Now let's come to the next question, and next question will be of section D. This section comprises of long answer type questions of 5 marks each. Question number 32. Solve the following system of equations by the help of matrix. There are 3 equations in 3 coordinates x, y and z. First equation is 3x minus 2y plus 3z equal to 8. 2x plus y minus z equal to 1. 4x minus 3y plus 2z equal to 4. Given system can be written as ax plus b. Now student, you can see that if we take a matrix as the coefficient matrix of these equations A, and next x, y, z, and the RHS can be written as the matrix B, 8, 1 and 4, and A is coefficient matrix, that is 3, 2, 4, -2, 1 and -3, 3, -1 and 2. So these equations can be written as ax equal to b. Okay, student? Let's see. The coefficient matrix A, now x equal to b. Determinant corresponding to the matrix A is determinant A, determinant 2, 3, 2, 4, -2, 1, -3, 3, -1 and 2. The first element is 3. That means it's a typing mistake. This is 3. 3, 2, 4, -2, 1, -3, 3, -1 and 2. Okay, student? Now find out the value of determinant of A. 3 is equals to 1, -3, -1, 2, minus of -2, that is +2. If we put this as, then we get 2, 4, -1 and 2, -1 and 2. Again, hide this column and this row. We have the determinant 2, 4, 1 and -3. Come to the next line. We'll calculate this.
and we find the value of determinant A is equals to minus 17, which is not equal to 0. Okay student, let's come to the next cofactor matrix of A. Adjoint A. Okay, here we have a transpose matrix of the cofactor matrices of matrix A. 1, minus 3, minus 1, 2. 2, 4, minus 1 and 2 with negative sign. Here this element can be negative, and this is also negative, this is also negative. After calculating this matrix, we have adjoint A is equals to transpose matrix of minus 1, minus 5, minus 1, minus 8, minus 6, 9, minus 10, 1 and 7. After interchanging the rows into columns, we get the transpose matrix as minus 1, minus 8 and minus 10, minus 5, minus 6, minus 1, minus 5, minus 6, minus 1, minus 1, 9 and 7, minus 1, 9 and 7. So this is the adjoint A. Now the inverse matrix A inverse is given by, students, you know the value of A inverse is equals to adjoint of A upon determinant of A. Put the value of determinant A, which is minus 17. Then A inverse is equals to minus 1 upon 17, and the value of A adjoint A is this by equation 1 and 2. Initially we have written the system in the form as Ax equal to B. We already written this. Then we can find the value of x in the form A inverse B. We have already calculated the value of A inverse as minus 1 upon 17 and this matrix. The value of B is a column matrix as 8, 1 and 4. After multiplying this, minus 1 upon 17 is a constant term. It remains as it is. And this is the matrix of 3 by 3 order, and this is the matrix of 3 by 1 order. 3 and 3 are same, then the product of these two matrices can be possible. After multiplying this equation or this matrix into this matrix, we have the value as minus 1 upon 17, minus 17, minus 34 and minus 51. After multiplying by minus both side, minus 1 upon 17, we have 1, 2 and 3. That means the value of x, capital X, is equals to 1 upon 3, 1, 2 and 3. That means the value of small x, small y and small z is equals to 1, 2 and 3. So this is the right solution for the given question. Now let's come to the next question. Evaluate integration 0 to 2 pi 1 upon 1 plus e raised to the power sin x dx. Let's see the solution. Let I is the integration is equals to 0 to 2 pi 1 upon e raised to the power 1 upon 1 plus e raised to the power sin x dx. Put this as equation 1. Now we have property of definite integration. 0 to a fx dx can be written as 0 to a f of a minus x. That means f of 0 plus a minus x. Okay student, here we have the value of 0 as 0 and the value of a as 2 pi. So put this property in this given equation. I equal to 0 to 2 pi 1 upon 1 plus e raised to the power sin, and put the value of x as 0 plus 2 pi minus x. That means 2 pi minus x. That implies 0 to 2 pi 1 upon 1 plus e raised to the power minus sin x, because the value of sin 2 pi minus x is equals to minus of sin x. Now taking the LCM in denominator part of this fraction, we have 0 to 2 pi e raised to the power sin x upon 1 plus e raised to the power sin x. Put this equation as equation number 2. Now both equation 1 and 2 are equal to I. Then we can add both two equations and we got the LHS part is 2I is equals to 0 to 2 pi 1 plus e raised to the power sin x upon 1 plus e raised to the power sin x. Both the terms are same. That means we can cancel out these terms and the remaining term will be 1. So 2I is equals to integration 0 to 2 pi 1 dx, and the integration of 1 with respect to x is x. So put the value of x and put the lower and upper limit in this factor 2 pi minus 0, which is equal to 2 pi. This is the right solution to the given equation I equal to pi. Okay student, I hope you understand this question. Now next question is find the area of the region xy bounded by the circle x square plus y square is less than equal to 8 and x square is less than equal to 2y. Let's see, student. The given curves can be written as x square plus y square equal to 8 and x square is equals to 2y. We have the figure. First of all, we have a circle x square plus y square is equals to 8. That means the circle of radius 2 root 2. And secondly, we have a parabola x square is equals to 2y. This is the equation, this is the figure 1, that is circle number 1, and this is the parabola, that is 2. Solving 1 and 2, we have 8 minus y square equal to y. This is the quadratic equation in y. After solving this quadratic equation, we have the value of y is equals to 2 and minus 4. Students, we will not consume the value as minus 4 because the value of y is greater than 0. As you can see in the figure, the value of y is upper side. That means the value of y is greater than 0. Here, the figure is not drawn in the negative side of y-axis. That means we will take the value of y is a positive value. Substituting of value y equal to 2 in equation number 2, we have the value of x square is equals to 4. That means the value of x is equals to minus 2 and 2. Then the required area is given by integration first figure, that is circle y dx, minus integration second figure, which is a parabola y dx. We'll put this x square equal to 2y. That means the y equal to x square upon 2y, y equal to x square upon 2 from parabola, and x square plus y square equal to 8. We'll get the value of y is equals to under the root 8 minus x square. So, after solving this, students, here you can see that this function is a even function and this is also an even function. So, we have a property that integration minus a to a fx dx is equals to 2 into 0 to a fx dx whenever the function is a even function. So, under the root 8 minus x square is also a even function and x square upon 2 is also an even function. After applying this property in this integration, we have 2 into 0 to 2 under the root 8 minus x square plus 0 to 2 x square by 2 dx. Students, the solution of this integration under the root a square minus x square, we have the integration formula as under the root a square minus x square dx is equals to x by 2 root as it is plus a square by 2 sine inverse x upon a plus c. So here a square minus x square, the value of a square is 8. That means x by 2 root 8 minus x square plus a square by 2. What is the value of a square? 8. 8 by 2 sine inverse x upon a. And what is the value of a? Value of a is 2 root 2. And integration limit is 0 to 2. Okay, student? Minus 1 upon 3. The integration of x square is given by x cube upon 3. Here 1 upon 3 is a constant term. We remain this term outside the bracket, and after putting the limits, upper limit and lower limit as 0 and 2, we get 2 into 2 plus 4 into pi by 4 minus the lower limit is 0 minus of 1 upon 3. After putting the upper limit we get 8 and after putting the lower limit we get 0. After solving this, we have 4 plus 2 pi minus 8 by 3, and after solving this, we have 2 pi plus 4 upon 3 square units area. That means the area of the bounded curve by circle and parabola, we have 2 pi plus 4 upon 3 square units. Now let's come to the next question, question number 35. Students, here one matrix of 3 by 3 is given. That means A equal to 2, 3, 1, minus 3, 2, 1 and 5, minus 4, minus 2. And the question is find A inverse. We have to find the value of A inverse from this matrix. Use A inverse to solve the following system of equations. There are some equations. As you can see, the coefficient matrix of these equations is same as the equation A, matrix A. You can see 2, 3 and 1. 2, 3, 1. Minus 3, 2 and 1. Minus 3, 2, 1. Again, the coefficient of Z in three equations, 5, minus 4 and minus 2. 5, minus 4, minus 2. That means the coefficient matrix of these equations is as it is as the matrix A. So we can use the value of A inverse in solving this system of equations. Given matrix A is equals to this, and we'll solve this for a determinant A is equals to, after hiding this column and this row, we have 2 into minus 2, that is minus 4, and minus of 1 into minus 4, that is minus 4. 4 minus 4, which is equal to 0. So we have 0. 2 into 0. For second entry, we'll put minus of minus 3. That means plus 3. And after hiding this column and this row, we have 3 into minus 2. That means minus of 6. And 1 into minus 4 with minus sign. That is 4. So minus 6 plus 4 is equals to minus 2. And for third entry, we'll hide this third column and this first row. We have 5 into, multiplying 3 into 1, we have 3. And with minus sign, we'll multiply 1 to 2. That means 2. Again, 3 minus 2 is equals to 1. As you can see, 5 into 1. After solving 2 into 0, we have 0. And this is minus 6 plus 5. Minus 6 plus 5 is equals to minus 1. That means the determinant A is equals to minus 1. Students, as you know, the formula of inverse matrix A is equals to adjoint A upon determinant A. Now we'll calculate the value of adjoint A. What is adjoint A? Adjoint A is a transpose matrix of cofactor matrices of matrix A. Here the value of A12, A21, A23 and A32 is negative and other remaining terms are positive. After calculating these determinants, we have 2 into minus 2, that is minus 2, or 1 into minus 4 with negative sign, we have 0. That first term is 0. Again, we'll calculate this determinant. We have minus of minus 2. After calculating this determinant, we have the value is 1. From solving this determinant, we have the value is minus 1, and after solving this determinant, we have the value of minus 9. After solving all these determinants, we have adjoint A as transpose matrix of this. How to calculate transpose matrix? Just interchange rows and columns. Here first column is 0, minus 1 and 2. Make this column as row 0, minus 1 and 2. Again we have second column as 2, minus 9 and 23. To make this as a row 2, minus 9 and 23. As it is third column converted into third row. Okay student. So this is the value of adjoint A. Again, after putting the value of adjoint A in the formula of inverse A, we have inverse A is equals to 1 of our determinant A, because the value of determinant A is equals to minus of 1. Putting this value, we have A inverse. Now student, initially we have written that the system of equation as Ax is equals to B, where A is the coefficient matrix of the given equations and X can be written as X, Y and Z. B is the RHS part of the given equations. Okay student. So from this equation we can say that X is equals to A inverse B. Value of A inverse is already calculated by us. A inverse is this, and the value of B is the RHS part of the equation, that is 11, minus 5 and minus 3. This is a column matrix. Students, as you can see, this is a 3 by 3 matrix and this is a 3 by 1 matrix. The number of column in first matrix is equals to the number of rows in second matrix. Okay students. So the product can be possible of these two matrices. After multiplying these two matrices, the first constant 1 upon minus 1 is as it is, and after multiplying these two matrices we have this. Okay students, so the value of capital X, that means small x, y and z, is equals to 1 upon minus 1, and after calculating these minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3 we have. After multiplying minus 1 to this column matrix, we have 1, 2 and 3 as a column matrix. That means the value of x is 1, minus 1 into minus 1, that means 1, and y is 2 and z is 3. This is the required solution for the given system of equations. Okay students. Now next question is, now we have section E. This section comprises of 3 case study passage based questions of 4 marks each with subparts. In this section E, we have 3 questions of 4 marks each. The first 2 case study questions, that means question number 36 and question number 37, have 3 subparts, subpart first, second and third of mark 1, 1 and 2 respectively. There are 3 subparts in question number 36 and 37, and the marks of 3 subparts are 1, 1 and 2 respectively. The third case study question, that means question number 38, has 2 subparts of 2 marks each. That means marks total 4 in question number 38. Come to the question number 36. Read the following passage and answer the questions given below. There is a passage given. Read this question passage. In an office, 3 employees, Jayant, Sonia and Oliver, processes incoming copies of a certain form. किसी ऑफिस में कुछ फॉर्म्स फिल करवाए जा रहे हैं जिसको 3 लोग जयंत, सोनिया एंड ऑलिवर मिलकर के प्रोसेस कर रहे हैं. जयंत प्रोसेसेस 50% ऑफ फॉर्म्स, सोनिया प्रोसेसेस 20% and Oliver the remaining 30% of the forms. That means forms processed by Jayant is 50%, that means 0.5, and forms processed by Sonia is 20%, that means 0.2, and forms processed by Oliver is 30%, that means Oliver processed the forms 0.3. Now Jayant has an error rate of 0.06. जयंत जो फॉर्म्स को प्रोसेस करता है उनमें कुछ एरर कमिट कर देता है और वो जो एरर रेट है जयंत के द्वारा की गई वो है 0.06. सोनिया हैज एन एरर रेट ऑफ 0.04. सोनिया ने जो एरर किया है वो है 0.04 एंड ऑलिवर हैज एन एरर रेट ऑफ 0.03. दिस इज द पैसेज. Now come to the question. Based on the above information, answer the following question. Find the probability that Sonia processed the forms and committed an error. We have to find out the probability that Sonia processed the form and committed an error. Now again, second part of this question is find the total probability of committing an error. We have to find out total probability of committing error. Third sub-part is the manager of the company wants to do a quality check. During inspection, he selects a form at random from the day's output of processed form. कंपनी के मैनेजर ने एक क्वालिटी चेक करना चाहा जिसमें उसने रैंडमली एक फॉर्म सेलेक्ट किया जो उस डे के आउटपुट था, मतलब प्रोसेस्ड फॉर्म्स थे उस दिन के. इफ द फॉर्म सेलेक्टेड एट रैंडम हैज एन एरर, जो फॉर्म उस कंपनी के मालिक ने सेलेक्ट किया था रैंडमली, अगर उस फॉर्म में एक एरर है, फाइंड द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट द फॉर्म इज नॉट प्रोसेस्ड बाय जयंत. मान लिया जो रैंडमली फॉर्म सेलेक्ट किया गया था वो एरर कमिट किया हुआ है. अब वो फॉर्म में अगर एरर है तो हमें प्रोबेबिलिटी फाइंड आउट करनी है कि वो फॉर्म जयंत के द्वारा नहीं प्रोसेस किया गया था. दैट मीन्स किसके द्वारा प्रोसेस किया गया था, सोनिया या फिर ऑलिवर के द्वारा. नाउ वी हैव एन इंटरनल चॉइस इन दिस सब पार्ट थर्ड. दैट मीन्स whether we can do the part third this or we can do the part third this. Okay students, now check this part. Let E be the event of committing an error. हमने मान लिया एक एरर कमिट करने का जो इवेंट है उसको E नाम दे देंगे इन प्रोसेसिंग द फॉर्म्स, फॉर्म को प्रोसेस करने में.
and let E1, E2 and E3 be the events that Jayant, Sonia and Oliver process the forms. हमने मान लिया E1 एक इवेंट है, इसका मतलब कौन सा इवेंट है? जयंत जो फॉर्म्स को प्रोसेस कर रहा है उसका नाम हमने दिया है E1. सोनिया ने जो प्रोसेस किए फॉर्म्स उस इवेंट को नाम हमने दिया E2 एंड ओलिवर ने जो फॉर्म्स प्रोसेस किए हैं उस इवेंट को हमने नाम दिया है E3. नाउ फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ summation I equal to 1 to 3 probability of EI by E. Come to the solution. First of all, let E1, E2 and E3 be the events that Jayant, Sonia and Oliver process the forms. हमने वही वापस मान लिया है जो गिवन है क्वेश्चन में कि जयंत, सोनिया एंड ऑलिवर ने जो फॉर्म प्रोसेस किया है हम तीनों को इंडिविजुअली E1, E2 एंड E3 नाम दे रहे हैं, which are clearly pair wise, mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. What is mutually exclusive and exhaustive events? First of all, we'll understand this term, mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Student, let A be a sample space, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and E1 be the subset of A, that means we'll take like odd numbers, and E2 be the subset of this sample space A given by even numbers. Okay students, then E1 has the numbers, odd numbers, that is 1, 3 and 5. E2 has the numbers, even numbers, that means 2, 4 and 6. Okay guys, let's take mutually exclusive events. What are the mutually exclusive events? If we find the value of E1 intersection E2, that means intersection of both the events, and we see this E1 has 1, 3, 5 and E2 has 2, 4, 6. There is nothing common element between E1 and E2. That means the value of intersection of both the events will be 5. Whenever we see this sort of situation, that intersection of two events will be 5, that means this sort of situation is called mutually exclusive events. Again we have exhaustive events. What is exhaustive events? If we find the value of union of both the events, E1 union E2, and we get again the sample space. Here you can see that union of both the sets are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Again we get the sample space because no elements is common in both the events. That means again after union of both the events we have the sample space. This sort of situation is called exhaustive events. I hope you understand the terms mutually exclusive and what is the meaning of exhaustive events. Student, here we can see that the events E1, E2 and E3 be the events that Jayant, Sonia and Oliver process the form and which are clearly mutually exclusive. Exclusive means nothing is common. Of course, अगर सोनिया ने, जयंत ने और ऑलिवर ने तीनों ने कुछ फॉर्म्स को प्रोसेस किया है तो तीनों ने अलग अलग फॉर्म प्रोसेस किए हैं, सेम नहीं किए हैं, तो उनके बीच में कोई भी फॉर्म्स क्या है, कॉमन नहीं है, तो म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव भी हो गया और एग्जॉस्टिव इवेंट्स भी हैं ये. क्यों? अगर हम तीनों का यूनियन लेंगे, अगर हम तीनों का ऐड कर देंगे, क्योंकि हमारे पास सोनिया ने अलग फॉर्म प्रोसेस किए हैं, ऑलिवर ने अलग किए और जयंत ने अलग फॉर्म्स को प्रोसेस किया है, तो तीनों को जब हम ऐड करेंगे तो हमारे पास अगेन टोटल फॉर्म्स आ जाएंगे, तो ये एग्जॉस्टिव इवेंट्स भी है. नाउ प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ इवन दैट फॉर्म्स प्रोसेस्ड बाय जयंत, इवेंट इज फॉर्म्स प्रोसेस्ड बाय जयंत, इज गिवन बाय 50%, that means 50 upon 100, that means 5 upon 10. Probability of E2, what is E2? E2 is the event processed by Sonia, forms processed by Sonia, and which is given is 20%. 20% means 20 upon 100, that means 1 upon 5. Third we have probability of E3. What is E3? E3 be the event forms processed by Oliver, and we have given that Oliver processed the forms 30%, that means 30 upon 100, it means 3 upon 10. Also, let E be the event of committing an error. हमने मान लिया कि E एक ऐसा इवेंट है जो एरर को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, एरर कमिट करने को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. वी हैव प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ E by E1 is equals to 0.06. What is E by E1? It means committing an error by E1, that means जयंत ने जो फॉर्म प्रोसेस किया और उसमें एक एरर कमिट हुई है, उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी हमें क्वेश्चन में गिवन है 0.06. अगेन वी हैव प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ E by E2. इट मीन्स सोनिया ने जो फॉर्म्स को प्रोसेस किया है और उसमें एरर हुई है वो हमें गिवन है 0.04. अगेन प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ E by E3 इज इक्वल्स टू 0.03. दैट मीन्स ऑलिवर ने जो फॉर्म्स प्रोसेस किए हैं और अगर उसमें कोई एरर हुई है तो वो एरर की रेट जो है वो 0.03 है. कम टू द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट सोनिया प्रोसेस द फॉर्म एंड कमिटेड एन एरर इज गिवन बाय. हमें प्रोबेबिलिटी फाइंड आउट करनी है कि फॉर्म्स को किसने प्रोसेस किया है, सोनिया ने प्रोसेस किया है और प्रोसेसिंग के बाद उसने एक एरर कमिट करी है. Let's see, probability of E intersection E2 is equals to probability of E2 dot probability of E by E2. We have probability of E2 is 1 upon 5 and probability of E by E2 is 0.04. After calculating, we get 0.008. Okay, students, come to the second part of this question. The total probability of committing an error in processing the form is given by probability of E is equals to probability of E1 dot probability of E by E1. means हमने जो जयंत ने जो फॉर्म को प्रोसेस किया है उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी एरर कमिट करने की प्लस प्रोबेबिलिटी बाय E2, दैट मीन्स प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ E2 मीन्स सोनिया ने जो फॉर्म्स को प्रोसेस किया है उसकी एरर करने की जो प्रोबेबिलिटी वो, और प्लस थर्ड जो पार्ट है अपना वो है E3, दैट मीन्स ऑलिवर ने जो फॉर्म्स को प्रोसेस किया है उसकी एरर कमिट करने की जो प्रोबेबिलिटी है वो, प्लस प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ E3 डॉट probability of E by E3. After putting the values of all these terms in this equation, we have probability of E1 is equals to 50 upon 100. Probability of E by E1 is 0.06. Probability of E2 is given by 20 upon 100. Probability of E by E2 is given by 0.04. Probability of E3 is given by 30 upon 100 and probability of E by E3 is given by 0.03. After calculating all these terms, we have 0.047. This is the answer. Now come to the third part of this question. The probability that the form is processed by Jayant. Given that the forms has an error, हमें वो probability find out करनी है कि जयंत ने forms को process किया है और उसमें एक error commit करी है. इसको हम base theorem से solve करेंगे. We have probability of E1 by E is equals to probability of E by E1 dot probability of E1 upon probability of E by E1 dot probability of E1 plus probability of E by E2 dot probability of E2 and probability of E by E3 dot probability of E3. We have all the values in RHS part of this equation. Putting the values, we have putting the values and after calculating this term, we have 30 upon 47. Again, students, therefore the required probability that the form is not processed by Jayant given that form has an error, we will get probability of E1 by E bar is equals to 1 minus, that means total probability minus probability of E1 by E, means the probability, that means the processing the forms by Jayant and committing an error, is equals to 1 minus, we have calculated this term in previous slide, that is 30 upon 47. After calculating, we get 17 upon 47. Now we have an internal choice also in this question. Come to that part. Summation I is equals to 1 to 3 probability of EI by E is given by probability of E1 by E plus probability of E2 by E plus probability of E3 by E is equals to 1. Since sum of the posterior probabilities is 1, we know that the sum of all the probabilities will be 1. We have summation I is equals to 1 to 3. Probability of EI by E is equals to probability of E1 by E plus probability of E2 by E plus probability of E3 by E is equals to probability of E1 E intersection E1 plus probability of E intersection E2 plus probability of E intersection E3 upon probability of E is equals to, we can write this as probability of E intersection E1 and we can change the sign of plus as union probability of E intersection E2 union E intersection E3 upon probability of E. As EI and EJ, where I is not equal to J, are mutually exclusive events, we can write this as probability of E intersection E1 union E2 union E3 upon probability of E, and we can write this as E1 union E2 union E3 can be written as the sample space, that means S is equals to probability of E intersection S upon probability of E, and intersection of E and the sample space is given by probability of E upon probability of E. Already we have, that means the value is 1. Next, come to the next question, second last question of this sample paper. Read the following passage and answer the questions given below. One passage is given to us. First of all, we should read this passage. Teams A, B and C went for playing a tug of war game. 3 टीम्स है, कौन कौन सी है? A, B और C है. तीनों टीम्स क्या कहे हैं? टग ऑफ वॉर, दैट इज रस्सा कस्सी खेलने के लिए गए हैं. टीम्स A, B and C have attended a rope to a metal ring. Teams A, B and C have attached a rope to a metal ring. इन तीनों ही टीम ने क्या किया है? एक रोप को एक मेटल रिंग से अटैच किया है and is trying to pull the ring into their own area. और उस रिंग को पुल करके अर्थात खींच करके वो अपने एरिया में लाना चाह रहे हैं. टीम A pulls with force F1. टीम A ने जो पुल किया है उस रिंग को, वो टोटल फोर्स कितना लगाया है? F1 लगाया है, which is given by 6 I cap plus 0 J cap kilo Newton. Team B pulls with force F2 is equals to minus of 4 I cap plus 4 J cap kilo Newton. Team C pulls with force F3 is equals to minus of 3 I cap minus 3 J cap kilo Newton. Students, now there are 3 questions and third question have an internal choice. Okay student, first we'll read the first part of this question. What is the magnitude of the force of team A? Second is, which team will win the game? And the third is, find the magnitude of the resultant force exerted by the teams. This question have an internal choice. In what direction is the ring getting pulled? किस दिशा में जो ring है वो pull होगी. Okay student, now let's see. If this line denotes for team A and the force is 6I plus 0 J cap, which is F1, and this line represents the team B, that means force F2 minus 4I cap plus 4J cap. This line represents for team C and force F3 is equals to minus 3I cap minus 3J cap. Okay student, now let's see the solution. We have magnitude of force F1 is equals to 6I cap plus 0J cap tha. So then the square of 6 square plus 0 square, that means 36, and the root of 36 is equals to 6 kilonewton. That means force pulled by team A is 6 kilonewton. Again we have the second team B, and the force magnitude of force of team B is equals to under the root minus of 4 square plus 4 square, which is equals to under the root 32, and the value of under the root 32 is equals to 4 upon root 2 kilonewton, 4 root 2 kilonewton. Again we have the value of magnitude of force F3 is equals to under the root minus 3 square plus square of minus 3, which is equals to under the root 18, and the value of under the root 18 is 3 root 2 kilonewton. Now come to the first part of the question.
magnitude of the force of team A. As you can see, the magnitude of force F1, that is magnitude of the force of team A, is 6 kilonewton. So here's the answer. Now come to the second part of the question. Since student, you can see A plus C is equals to 3 into I minus J, and B is also minus 4 into I minus J. See this, I minus J and I minus J, the same value is having A plus C and B. That means B vector and vector A plus vector C are unlike vectors having same initial point, and vector V, magnitude of vector V is equals to 4 root 2, as we have already calculated. Magnitude of vector F2, that is 4 root 2, and magnitude of vector A plus C is equals to 3 root 2. Magnitude of F2 is greater than magnitude of F1 plus F3. Also F2 and F1 plus F3 are unlike vectors. That means here you can say that F2 is greater than F1 plus F3. That means team B will win the game, because the F2 is the force pulled by the team B. It means the team B will win the game. The question was which team will be win. So team B will be win. Okay student. Now come to the next third part of the question. Students, we have total force as vector F is equals to vector F1 plus F2 plus F3 vector is equals to first vector 6i cap plus 0j cap. The value of F2 is minus 4i cap plus 4j cap, and the value of F3 vector is equals to minus of 3i cap minus of 3j cap. After calculating these all things, we have the value of F, total force, is equals to minus of I cap plus j cap. Now come to the magnitude of force F, which is equals to under the root. This is minus 1, that means square of minus 1. This is 1, that means the square of 1. We have the force is equals to root 2 kilonewton. Okay student, we have to find out the value of total force. Okay student, and now we have an internal choice in this question. Force F is equals to I plus j cap, and we know the formula that theta is equals to pi minus tan inverse modulus of 1 upon 1. What is the value of tan inverse 1? Is pi by 4. That means theta is equals to pi minus pi by 4. After calculating pi minus pi by 4, we have 3 pi by 4, which is the value of theta, where theta is the angle made by the resultant force with the positive direction of the x-axis. Here the solution of third part also. Okay student, now let's come to the very last question of this. Question number 38. Read the following passage and answer the questions given below. The relation between the height of the plant, y in centimeters, with respect to its exposure to the sunlight is governed by the following equation, which is given by y equal to 4x minus half of x square, where x is the number of days. That means in this equation x represents the number of days and y represents the height of the plant. Where x represents the number of days exposed to the sunlight for x is less than equal to 3. Means वो जो plant है वो sunlight में या तो 3 दिन रहा है या उससे कम रहा है. Now what is the question? Find the rate of growth of the plant. हमें उस plant के बढ़ने की rate find out करनी है with respect to the number of days exposed to the sunlight, that is x के respect में. और अगर हमें प्लांट के ग्रोथ रेट फाइंड आउट करनी है जो y में गिवन है और x के रेस्पेक्ट में हमें इसके जो ग्रोथ रेट है वो फाइंड आउट करनी है. दैट मीन्स वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू ऑफ dy बाय dx. डज द रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ ऑफ द प्लांट इंक्रीज? क्या जो प्लांट है वो इंक्रीज हो रहा है, उसका जो रेट है वो इंक्रीज हो रहा है, और डिक्रीज इन द फर्स्ट 3 days. इनिशियली 3 days के अंदर वो जो प्लांट है वो इंक्रीज हो रहा है या डिक्रीज हो रहा है, वो हमें फाइंड आउट करना है. व्हाट विल बी द हाइट ऑफ द प्लांट आफ्टर 2 days. 2 दिन के बाद प्लांट की हाइट क्या होगी ये भी हमें फाइंड आउट करना है. ये हम मैक्सिमा मिनिमा से फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं इजीली. लेट्स कम टू द सॉल्यूशन. स्टूडेंट्स, वी हैव गिवन द इक्वेशन y is equals to 4x minus half of x square. Now
the rate of the growth of the plant with respect to the number of days exposed to the sunlight is given by dy by dx. We have to find out the value of dy by dx, and finding the value of dy by dx, we have the differentiation of 4x is given by 4 and the differentiation of minus of half x square is given by minus x. Let the rate of growth be represented by the function gx. हमने मान लिया कि जो ये रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ हमने फर्स्ट पार्ट में फाइंड आउट करी है 4 माइनस एक्स, जिसको हमने dy बाई dx से रिप्रेजेंट किया, इसको हमने मान लिया ये फंक्शन gx है. क्लियर स्टूडेंट? नाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ g डैश x, बिकॉज हमें फाइंड आउट करना है कि जो प्लांट है वो इंक्रीज हो रहा है कि डिक्रीज हो रहा है, जो हम मैक्सिमा मिनिमा से फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. और उसके लिए हमें इस फंक्शन gx का क्या करना होगा, डिफरेंशिएशन करना होगा. g डैश x इज इक्वल्स टू d बाई dx ऑफ dy बाई dx, and after calculating we have minus 1. As you know, dy by dx is given by 4 minus x, and after differentiating this with respect to x, d2y over dx2, we have minus 1. Okay guys, g dash x is minus 1, which is less than 1. That means gx decreases. ये जो साइन है नेगेटिव आया, इसका मतलब जो प्लांट है वो क्या हो रहा है, डिक्रीज हो रहा है. फिर 2 दिन के बाद उसकी हाइट क्या होगी उस प्लांट की, हमें ये भी फाइंड आउट करना है. सो द रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ ऑफ द प्लांट डिक्रीजेस फॉर द फर्स्ट 3 days. शुरू के 3 दिन ये जो है वो डिक्रीज हो रहा है. उसके बाद हमें हाइट ऑफ द प्लांट आफ्टर 2 days, 2 दिन के बाद उसकी हाइट क्या होगी ये भी फाइंड आउट करना है. तो जो गिवन इक्वेशन है उसमें x की जगह हम क्या पुट कर देंगे, 2 पुट कर देंगे, क्योंकि x रिप्रेजेंट्स द नंबर ऑफ डेज और हमें 2 दिन के बाद की हाइट फाइंड आउट करनी है. तो y इज इक्वल्स टू 4 इंटू एक्स. इक्वेशन ये थी y इज इक्वल्स टू 4x माइनस हाफ ऑफ एक्स स्क्वायर. Put the value of x is equals to 2 in this equation. Y equal to 4 into 2 minus half of x square means square of 2. After calculating, we have y is equals to 6 centimeter. So that's all about this sample paper. Students, there is no alternative of success. Only practice, practice and practice. I hope this model paper, or we can say sample paper, will be very useful for you all students. So practice this sample paper and another sample papers too. Thank you.